Hi, I'm Matt with Hill Country Rifle Company. I'm heading to FTW Ranch with HCR President Dave Fuquay and Jake, one of our gunsmiths. Jake's behind the camera. We've got the whole ranch to ourselves to test Swarovski's new DS range-finding scope. The scope's been out for a few months now. We've already had some customers use it successfully in the field. All of their shots were well under 300 yards, and while we applaud close shots while you're hunting, that doesn't tell us too much about how the scope performs at longer ranges. So we're going to put the scope through its paces at FTW, see how accurate it is at longer distances. We'll be filming through the scope, so you'll be able to see the view, the scope display for every shot, and should be interesting and a fun day away from the office. This is the setup we're going to use to test the scope. This is one of our lightweight long-range hunters. It's using our rifleman stock, which I love for this because uniquely it has this really nice raised comb. And when you're running a 40 millimeter tube, 50 millimeter bell, the scope's going to be high. It's already on a Picatinny style base. So the comb height will give you good eye relief and cheek weld in any shooting position. We're shooting a lot of downhill today, which makes that even more important. The other aspect of this is the scope weighs about 38 ounces. So we want to keep our gun weight light, obviously. This gun's at 6.5 pounds. So we can build a well-balanced, really accurate rifle, plenty of barrel on it, without having it be heavy, and still keeping the gun balance that you would want to have. The last thing I want to mention is we're going to be shooting prone position, bagging the gun up just perfectly, shooting at steel plates. And for me, that's a lot different than a hunting situation. We're starting at 400 yards just because inside of that, I don't think you need a lot of technical help. But even 400 yards in a lot of field conditions is a long shot. I am always going to get as close as I can to what I'm hunting. It takes a lot more skill to get close to what we hunt than it does to launch a bullet at it from way off. So I always try to get close, be comfortable and confident in my shot. I've still been known to shank one now and then, even under those circumstances. So no 1,000-yard hunting shots for me. I try to make sure I stay in my capabilities. I hope everyone else will as well. So let's get started and see what this thing will do. Because we're filming through a GoPro mounted onto a slave rifle, you'll notice the crosshair placement isn't exactly representative of what the shooter would be seeing. So here's a representation of what that would look like with the range, the foot-pounds of energy, the wind mile per hour setting, and to the right, the distance the rangefinder's getting. Here's our adjustment for hold, assuming a 0 wind, and the shot. Impact. Range. The scope view on the following shots is through our GoPro camera mounted to a secondary rifle. It's lasing and showing the same shot I'm taking, but it is not showing my adjustment to point of aim in my scope. Impact.
Right edge, 3 o'clock.
Man, that wind is more than it looks.
Yeah. It's tricky.
You know what I like about this is I've never gotten off target to dial or look at an app or look at a range card.
Look at a turn or anything like
I mean, if I was waiting on an animal to change angle or do something, get up if it was laying down, you're on it the whole time. You know, and that's pretty cool.
Yeah.
All right.
It's tricky. Spotter on.
Range.
Impact. It's about 4 o'clock.
Yeah, see it.
45 inches off center.
Yep. Oh, plenty good. Plenty good. So it's that gust. Do you feel that gust come through?
Yeah.
One more. Let's go. Let's go small middle plate.
Small middle plate.
So what'll happen with the scope is it will eventually give you an hourglass symbol that you have 10 seconds before you lose your read. That's why I tilted the rifle. Tilt the gun, the read comes right back up. You don't have to re-range. We'll show you what that looks like through the scope as well. Kind of protected down there though, so.
Yeah.
Off the right edge.
Off the right edge, right at the base of the post.
Little more wind. I shouldn't have taken the wind back.
Now the wind's let off a hair. Just off the 4 o'clock edge.
So it was right edge though?
Right edge, 4
Wow,
o'clock.
there's quite the wind going on down there.
Yeah.
Right, I'm going to hold a full 10.
And I'd favor high.
You still got range, Jake? I just lost mine.
Range is good.
That's been a bullseye there, buddy.
Dead center hit. I mean, you knocked the white off the center.
Cool. All right, so I think the scope works pretty flawlessly. I mean, really flawlessly.
That was impressive.
All right, so I think the scope performed flawlessly. Exceeded my expectations, certainly passed the 600-yard mark. Had some interesting wins, and I am no Navy SEAL, so I'll take credit for the misses on wind calls, but the elevation was dead money perfect at every plate. We never got a misread from the rangefinder. Every plate ranged exactly what it's supposed to range every time we ranged it. So I'm impressed with the scope for sure. We all work for a living, so I don't pay someone to answer YouTube comments or Facebook comments. And I know we get asked certain questions about the gun, so I want to hit those real quickly. This is our lightweight long-range hunter. Gun weighs 6.5 pounds, unscoped. Even with this 38-ounce monster on it, keeps us under 9. The gun balance is great because we've got weight in the barrel. Steel barrel will always put more weight toward the muzzle, helps the gun be stable in a hunting situation, helps reduce muzzle jump and recoil as well. Stock is our rifleman stock, proprietary design Macmillan makes for us. The high comb, right-hand grip with palm swell, key features there. Even with this scope, 40mm tube, 50mm objective, your comb height is where it needs to be from a prone, from a sitting, from a standing. The mounts are Valdata. They make a beautiful, lightweight 40mm scope mount that mounts the scope pretty darn low. It's the lowest mount I've seen to date. Benchmark barrel, 1-8 5R, and the rifle's chambered in 6.5 PRC. We're shooting factory Hornady ammo in the 143 ELDX. Hope you enjoyed that, and we'll see you next time.